Tonight, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's a special Thanksgiving night presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chicago Bears taking on the New England Patriots.
Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football, as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback. On 1st and 10, Garrett. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The numbers for Hunter Henry from a week ago. 5 catches, 67 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Garrett. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you...
And the pass to Henry is intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So now here are the Bears with excellent field position to start off. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end...
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw. Garrett. It's brought in by Harris. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And a screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. They run for it with Harris. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Daron Payne, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. On the draw, it's Harris. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Looking to throw. Garrett over the middle, complete. It's Henry. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
I'm coming after you. 46, boy, 46. Watch the screen. Mike, 46.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football. On 1st down, Harris. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Fields throw pulled in by Schwartz. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. And a fake here, direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So they get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. And they give this time to the tailback. And he is out of bounds moves, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. Flushed out right. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season as his guys are on the board first here tonight. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They get a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. That swung out wide to Harris. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They needed a yard. They got it. 1st down. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And he is going to be taken down. They got it. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. On the return is Cohen. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bears take over. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the second quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game. It's not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. 3rd and long. It's Fields. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. On 2nd and a couple. Fields escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now it's Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. From 3 yards out. And the Bears will extend their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Pats at the line ready to go. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the deal, y'all?
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So Not mad at you for skipping halftime, but can I just have a sip of water real quick? Thank you. All right, let's go. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. A pretty big opening there on first down. 8 yards up to the 33. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Play action. It's Fields. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. And now here's a carry heading left. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 61 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 22 yards there, a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Fields now to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Garrett. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned it.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
52 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Push him back. Push him back. Back.
They'll run on first down. It's Harris, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Garrett. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Completes it to Aguilar. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Garrett. And he's going to be sacked. They sack it back right at the midfield stripe. Deron Payne in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Flush to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted to protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a first down throw. Fields eluding the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
To throw on second down. Garrett. It's caught by Aguilar. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Back to throw. Garrett. And caught by Henry. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Smith. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Back to throw again. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll look to throw again. Smith catches left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Jonnu Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 119 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Flushed out right. He finds his man. Complete. That's Mullins. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And right side, Henry's got it. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, Garrett. And some space here. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garrett. It gets it complete to Harris. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Bears, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington.